that's what composition is about. You know, I mean,
Right.
like that's what, like the deeper we go into appreciation of what's going on here structurally, you know, like when you're a first-year student and you're sitting in the classroom and, you know, you're doing the model, you know, like a dummy, you know, just drawing the model or painting the model with no sense of anything else, you don't know anything. You know, but the more you get involved with looking at painting and thinking about
I've had more and more teachers lately, sorry, to talk about listening to the painting, looking at it and telling you what it means. And I mean, it's a very difficult thing to remember to do and a difficult practice, but it seems to be kind of a theme in the last few years.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And also, but also then telling the painting. You like the painting tells you something,
Kicking
and
its
then
ass.
you have to. What's that?
Kicking its ass.
Kicking its ass. Yeah, because
it goes back and forth.
It's easy to settle for less. Because your expectations are always growing. You know, like you know, it's like if you go to the gym. When you first start going, you can't do things that you can do after 6 months or after a year or anything. You know, if you're making pie crusts, you know, the first ones are not going to be so good.
But you probably you have to listen to the dough, you know. It's like you listen to your body, you can't tell it, like you can't force it into something.
Well, this is just a nude in
right.
empty space.
And we don't know, but we don't know we don't really know what's going on here. Like maybe this,
right.
You know, maybe
and then this line becomes important, and then it turns into this line.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, maybe he was just concentrating on this, but usually the thing that characterizes his work is that he's always aware of the unity. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So there's another painting. So you can see it's much more opaque in the surface than the other detail we looked at. Let's wait on that one. So this is a beautiful painting. You know, and we're looking at a tiny little reproduction. You know, it's not really fair, but it's all we have.
Not fair. I want to see the real thing.
So he's painting this woman, but everything is important. You know, this, and this, and that, and, you know, the angle,
excuse me,
and where the arm sits, you know, in relation to how low it is in, you know, relation to the body. It looks like the original, but all of the subtlety is lost in all reproduction. That in reality, this, in the painting, that blue thing on the mantelpiece, like, it hits you, you can see it. I mean, the way you approach the Lehman wing is through another part of the museum. And it's a kind of a circular area, and you see across the staircase that goes down to the basement, and you see this painting standing there. And that blue thing hits you from you know, like a great distance. It's a very beautiful painting, deep. So let's find that, and let's find this one.
Oh, I love this. I didn't see this before.
Oh, yeah, that's a great Matisse. I love that period of Matisse. Like where he just puts these women in rooms at tables, and they're like still like they're beautiful and complex paintings. So, Gene, you're not going to send these films to the communists, are you?
To the communists, yes. North Korea. I have a connection to North
people
Korea.
learning things.
Yeah, it's very orange. Right. So this is from a whole set of this is from a very large altarpiece that lives in Siena, and the paintings are about this big, and there are like several dozen of them, like one next to another in this gigantic altarpiece. It's worth going to Siena for a long weekend, just to see the art there.